parties we were discussing, the parties to the instrument we were discussing. In case of the promissory note, we know that there are only two parties. Who is that? Maker and payee. Who?
The promisor and promisee.
Who is the maker of the instrument? One who
promises.
One who writes an instrument, right? Or one who promises. And pay in the sense to whom
it should be paid.
It should be paid. So maker of the instrument and payee of the instrument. But bills of exchange, three parties, maker of the instrument or drawer, drawee and payee. Who is a drawer or maker?
It's a bank.
Drawee
is the bank.
Drawee is a bank or any third party. But in case of the check, bank is always drawee is always a bank. But in case of bills of exchange, drawee may not be the bank. You know, usually like the parties or individual are the drawees to the bills of exchange, but it can be a bank also. So who is the maker here in a bills of exchange?
So drawer is the maker of the
person who writes the checks.
I'm talking
Whoever
about
is
given.
Maker is the drawer.
The drawer of the bill.
Drawer of the bill. Who draws the bill?
To whom it should be paid. Whoever has loaned the money.
Okay, so he asked the drawee to pay a certain sum of money to whom?
Payee.
To the payee. To the payee. And so whenever like the maturity date comes, what payee will do? Payee will go to the drawee and he'll ask for the money. That's what it works, the bills of exchange. Check again, three parties, drawer, drawee and payee. Who is the drawee in this case? Drawee is always
One takes
The
the
bank.
cash.
Who gave the money
To
to the
whom
maker.
the check is given.
drawee is always a bank. You are giving a direction to your banker. I mean, I always say that so the giving a make a payment to payee. So that's what. Fine. Next, acceptance. We know that acceptance is required in which instrument? Acceptance is required in which instrument?
Bills of exchange.
Whether acceptance is required in case of the promissory note and a check?
No, sir.
It is not. So no acceptance is required in case of the promissory note and check, but acceptance is required in a case of the bills of exchange. Who must accept here?
The drawee should accept.
Good. The drawee should accept. Or else there is one more person I said. Who is that? In case of
need.
Drawee in case of need must accept the same. So this is a legal necessity. Or else a drawee is not at all liable unless and until he accepts. In case if he accepts the bill written against him, so he becomes an acceptor. But no such concept in a promissory note and check. Next, the period. The promissory note payable on demand. Bills of exchange payable on demand. But check is always payable on demand. This is what I said. Whenever you request for the same demand or on presentment or on at site. Suppose in case if you go to the bank and in case you present a check, I mean within a maturity date we are talking about, so immediately the check, I mean it should be paid, right? It should be paid. And payable on demand only. Which one? You want like bills of exchange. But in case of the promissory note, it may be payable on demand or payable. There are some occasions there may be time instruments. In the sense, they'll mention like a specific time or a date in which like they should be paid. I promise to pay a certain sum of money, like 1 lakh rupee to you on 15th of so and so date, so and so month. So that is the case, it becomes a time instrument. Fine. Next, in this case, we know that in a promissory note, one party undertakes, that becomes a promise. I promise to pay certain sum of money to you. It's a promise. But what about bills of exchange and a check? It's an order. Who makes an order against whom? To whom? Who orders whom?
The drawee to the payee.
Who orders whom?
So maker to drawee.
Money. Maker to
Drawee.
drawee. Drawer to drawee. Drawer instructs or orders drawee that to pay certain sum of money to payee. Drawee is not ordering payee. Here drawer ordering drawee to pay certain sum of money to payee. So it's an order. So here it is a promise. Fine. Now, whether a separate stamp is required in case of the check?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Stamp is required because since you are writing in a plain sheet, both promissory note and a bills of exchange, so stamp is a legal necessity. In case if you don't get a revenue stamp, also like the stamp paper, you can do a you can write a bills of exchange and a promissory note. But so check is an instrument itself, and so you need not stamp it because it is the property which belongs to the banks. Yes. Now, crossing. In which instrument crossing is required?
In checks, sir.
Only in a case of check. Only in case of check. What does it indicate? In a simple way I discussed. What does it indicate? In case if you put a two transverse lines like this, the amount must
Amount
be
needs to be paid to the account of the
not at the
particular.
counter, to the account only. In case if I draw a check, if I draws a check in favor of somebody and I'll cross it and I'll give, what does it indicate? Suppose if I issued a check in favor of like Shifali, what she need to do? Suppose I have a bank I issued a check of SBI. I issued a check of SBI. Now I have not crossed. I have not crossed this instrument. Now what Shifali can do? Shifali can go to my bank, I mean SBI, and at the counter she'll get a payment. Now in order to avoid that, what I'll do? I'll cross my check like this. Now Shifali, what she can do? Can she go to SBI in case if she don't have an account? Shifali got an account at a different bank. Say Shifali got an account at ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank. Where she should go now? Since it's a crossed check, she must go to her bank.
ICICI Bank.
So ICICI banker is a collecting banker here. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
On behalf of Shifali, ICICI Bank will collect an amount and credit to her account. That's it. So that's what like a collecting banker. Which is a payment banker here? SBI is a payment. My bank is a payment banker. Correct. So what ICICI will do? ICICI will send this instrument to SBI and collect it and will credit an amount to Shifali's account. That's it. Simple. This is what we told yesterday. How now the CTS works, right? Check truncated system works. Very simple. Now within days, earlier days, I mean before 2010, just to collect a check, they were taking almost sometimes like the more than 10 days. Now like it will not happen. I mean in case if you deposit a check, everything will happen at a time within 1 or 2 days, within 48 hours, everything will get settled. But of course, there are some people issue a check, and these days we know that how the digital payment, the influences on like this type of the payments, we know that. In country like UK, there is no check system now. They banned the check system. But of course, like other payment method like a promissory note and the bills of exchange still exists. Still exists. That is the case. So, so crossing is required in case of check, but such type of things is not at all there at the promissory note and bills of exchange. Cannot be crossed. I mean, you cannot cross a check. There is no meaning at all. In case even if you do that across the promissory note and bills of exchange. But of course, it has got its own meaning in case if you put a two cross lines like this. Not only two transverse lines, but also sometimes we'll write some word, the account payee. There are some significance. Or else across the check, I'll write the not negotiable, right? Not negotiable. So these are all typical words you'll come across in a check. Whenever I write a check, I don't forget to write the certain wordings inside the crossing. So account pay and not negotiable. I prefer not negotiable because of some reason. I'll explain this whenever we are discussing the crossing of a check in detail. Now, grace days. See, in case of promissory note and bills of exchange, there are a grace period. There is a grace period. Suppose in case if you write an instrument today, say, in case if you write the instrument 7th of November, this instrument is made payable, say, 1 month after the date. 1 month after the date. And now the maturity date comes. When is the due date comes? Let the after this instrument must be made payable on. So 7th December is the due date. Now, but in case of promissory note and a bills of exchange, the drawee or maker of the instrument, in case of the promissory note, is not liable to pay only on immediately on 7th December because both promissory note and a bills of exchange has got a 3 days of grace. So maturity of this instrument comes only on 10th of December. 10th of December. But such facility is not at all available in a check. Such facility, grace days, is not at all available in a check because we know that life of the check is 3 months. In case if you don't deposit, suppose today I issued a check 7th of November. I issued a check. Let I issued a check in favor of say, I'll write I wrote a check in favor of Ishan. So check validity, there is no grace period, but it understood that since like today I have written a check, so validity of this check is for 3 months. Now there is no question. So validity of this instrument is 3 months. See, there is once again there is a misconception that the number of days should be taken into consideration. Of course, number of days is not important. The month is important. 3 months. 3 months. Whether it's 90 days or 91 days or 92 days, not material. So month is important, month. So 3 months in sense, December 7th, January 7th and February 7th. So 7th of Feb, so is in case if you don't deposit your instrument before the 7th of Feb, so this particular check, it becomes invalid. Invalid. So if you have a check, kindly deposit in a bank before 3 months and see that to collect an amount, or in case if there is no sufficient fund, please ask the acknowledgement from the bank that so check is dishonored because of the insufficiency of fund. So that is the ground in which so that is a document which helps a lot in while sending a legal notice or while claiming your money before the court of law under section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act. So grace period is allowed in case of the bills and promissory note, but no such grace period in case of the check. So in detail, we'll discuss about calculation of the maturity date and a due date and when the particular the check is made payable. So because there is a certain wording which is also important, 60 days after date, 1 month after date, 6 months after date, 30 days after date, payable at site. So some of the typical word you can find in a case of the promissory note and bills of exchange. So we'll discuss how we're going to address those the issues in case if you come across with the certain wordings. So now for your understanding, so grace period is allowed in case of the promissory note and bills of exchange, but there is no such concept at all in a case of the check. Clear? Very simple to understand, right? So these are all fundamental difference between these are all the instrument. I mean 3 types of instrument which is recognized under the Negotiable Instrument Act of 1881. Now like a liability we'll discuss. Whether maker is free from liability. In case of promissory note, since there are only 2 parties like the maker of the instrument and payee of the instrument, the liability of the maker is the primary, and his liability is an absolute liability. So maker is not at all free from liability. Liability in the sense he is liable to make a payment to payee. Sometime the maker and others are free from any liability. Why maker is free from any liability? Because in this case of bills of exchange, we know that the 3 parties, the maker is primarily not liable. Who is primarily liable? The drawee is primarily liable to make a payment to payee. I mean, sometime he is free from making the payment, but of course, when due date comes, in case if there is any dishonor of the instrument, of course, so the party may send a notice tomorrow. Even like maker of the instrument also may get a notice. And others in the sense, there are other parties also will come into picture during the transit of an instrument. Because as I already said, whatever the instrument, so it may pass from one hand to another. So I said, suppose like a maker of the instrument or the bills of exchange, so he orders a drawee to make a payment to payee. Now instrument is in the hands of payee, and payee may transfer, because this is what like the instrument is freely transferable, and he may transfer the instrument to the people. He may transfer to A by doing an endorsement. He may transfer to B. He may transfer to C. He may transfer to D. He may transfer to E. He may transfer to F. He may transfer to E, and once again it may back to the maker of the instrument. So these are all, a situation will come in case of the entire the lifetime of the instrument. So how are we going to address those issues? So I think like will come to you'll understand once if you go in depth. So this type of the occasion arises. So we'll discuss those. In case someone stolen the instrument during the transit, what exactly the consequence? Suppose E found the instrument, what exactly the consequence, legal consequences. So those part we'll discuss. Now for your understanding, so maker and others, sometimes they free from any liability. And here, in a case of the check, the maker is not free from liability. If you issued a check, so you are not free from any liability entire during the lifetime of the instrument. And area, I mean, generally the promissory note is an inland. So within India it works. But in case of the bills of exchange, you can find the inland bill and foreign bill. Inland bill and inland bill in the sense which it draws in India, which is made payable in India. Foreign bill in the sense sometimes it may in a foreign they draw and which is payable in India. Sometimes like in India you draw the bill, but which is payable in other countries. So that's what like it may be inland bill and foreign bill. But in case of that in case of the check, which is only the bank of the depositor. So these are all the basic difference between the check and bills of exchange. So now we'll discuss the each and every wording what we discussed in detail. So far we discussed just the basics of the promissory note, bills of exchange and a check. Henceforth we'll discuss in depth about all these terminology, and it is very and the background of these the concepts is very important for our future discussion. So I hope you understood the terminology or meaning of these. These are all terminologies. Any questions? Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you faces any difficulty, especially those who are from like different background, especially like a science and engineering background, you should be a little careful. I mean, each and every word is new to you. And of course, like even the graduates, there are some the BCom and the BBM graduates also. They're least have a knowledge about like these are all terminology. But I don't know whether students already studied this subject or not. Negotiable instrument, the majority of the graduates, I think like whether you already studied this the Negotiable Instruments Act. Any one of you? No?
No,
I think law graduates, so they have a paper called the Banking Theory and Practice. It's a very important paper for them. Because these days, that the lot of cases we can see in a day-to-day life on bills of exchange and a promissory note. Simply in case some people, they'll sign some promissory note and they'll give like without knowing the consequences. Even like bills of exchange, sometimes a check. So I advise while writing a check, you should be a little careful. Clear? So once again, we'll discuss like basic meaning. Parties, we know that drawer and drawee. So who is a drawer? Very simple to understand. So this maker of the bill is a drawer in case of bills of exchange, and in a case of the check, the person who directs the pay is called drawee. I mean, in a case, a drawer, and the person thereby directed to pay is called the drawee. In case of the check, it is a bank, but in case of the bills of exchange, it may be third party, including bank. So drawer means maker of the bills of exchange or a check. Now, like a drawee in case of need. Anyone want to read this? We already discussed, but for your understanding, that's it.
Drawee in case of need. When in the bill or in any endorsement thereon the name of any person is given in addition to the drawee to be resorted to in case of need, such person is called a drawee in case of need.
Yeah, in case of the when in the bill or any endorsement of the bill thereon, the name of any person is given in addition to the drawee. So Drawee in case of needs liability comes, it is a secondary liability. The primary liability is on drawee in case if you doesn't make any payment. So there is one more person where a payee can approach. So that is drawee in case of need. So these are terminology we already discussed. Okay. Continue.
Acceptor, after the drawee of bill has signed his assent upon the bill, or if there are more parts thereof than one, upon one of such parts, and delivered the same or given notice of such signing to the holder or to some person on his behalf, he is called the acceptor.
Need not make it like so complicated. So acceptor, we know that in case of the bill, like acceptance is required. So such acceptance, I mean drawee, once if he signed the bill by stating that he accepted and he's ready to make a payment to the payee, and he becomes becomes an acceptor. Okay, there is one more person, very interesting. See, read.
Acceptor for honor. When a bill of exchange has been noted or protested for non-acceptance, acceptance or for better security, and any person accepts is supra protest for honor of the drawer or of any one of the endorser, such person is called an acceptor for honor.
Exactly. See, the two words you should note here, the noted and the protest. And protest. And protest. For non-acceptance or for the better security. What happens in case of the bills of exchange? In a case of the bills of exchange, see, we know that in a bills of exchange there are the three parties. The A orders B to make a payment to C. He is a drawer. He is a drawee and payee. What is to happen in a before like the maturity date? Whenever like a maturity date comes, the payee may approach the drawee to make a payment. There are some possibility that the drawee may not accept the bill submitted by the payee. He may refuse or he may dishonor the instrument presented by the payee. Even though he signed and he accepted that he stated that whenever like the due date comes, I'm ready to make a payment to you, and when due date comes or maturity date comes, so now he is refusing to make a payment. Now, what is the remedy available to the payee? To see if this is a situation comes, even in your case, what I would suggest to go to the public notary public. Hope you know who is a notary public, right? Notary public. You should reach to notary public, and now to the notary public you should explain all these things, entire things you need to. Now, anyhow, payee is already requested drawee and he refused to make a payment. Now, payee approaching the notary public and he explaining all these situations to the notary public. Now, what notary public will do? Notary public will once again he'll approach he'll reach to the drawee and he asks for the payment. I mean, he is representing the representative of the payee, and he'll request the drawee, and he explains to the drawee that so my client, I mean the payee already approached to you and he dishonored the instrument, and please give us the reason for the same. Why you dishonored the instrument? Now, the drawee, he may explain what exactly the reasons. Now, what notary public will do? Notary public, they note down all these the reasons. All these reasons. What reasons? In an instrument, he may note that so and so date I requested the drawee to make a payment, and he refused to make a payment, and he has given, this is the reason for the dishonor of the instrument. And what exactly the amount, that also should be mentioned. And the date of the request also need to be given, and time also should be given. So these are all process what we can say that it is the noting of a bill. Noting of a bill. Any questions here? Noting. Are you following?
So then who is acceptor for honor here?
Wait. I'll come to that. I'm explaining like the first part here. Have you understood like a noting?
Yes, sir.
So after noting,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
So there's some network issue. Can I rejoin?
You can rejoin at any time, no issue. Hope you understood the like a noting. In case if you are not understood, I'll explain it again. At least understood or not. If you understood,
Sir,
I'll
can you
continue.
explain it?
Sorry.
Sir, please explain it again, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can you explain it again, sir, please?
I'll explain. See, I'll explain, but you just like ask me
Hello,
whether you
sir.
understood or not. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you understood like a 3 parties to the bills? Anyone have
Yes,
not
sir.
understood this? How bills of exchange doesn't work? I mean, how it works? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, whether I should take a name of a drawer, drawee, and payee, or I should take the exact name. What I should take? Which is, I mean, in which name you are comfortable?
Take names, sir.
Name I'll take then. Okay. I'll take your own class name. Okay, well, now we'll take name, some name we'll take. I'll take Sohan. I'll take as a drawer. He writes an instrument. I'll take Ishan. I'll take another name, and I'll take one more name called Takshan. I'll take, right, 3 names. Sohan is a drawer, Ishan is a drawee, and Takshan is a payee. I mean, Sohan orders Ishan that please make a payment to Takshan and so date, after some date. So let this like the bills of exchange worth rupees 50,000. 50,000. Let Sohan orders Ishan that 60 days after the date. 60 days after the date. See, in some instrument you also find a word 60 days after the site. Clear? So we'll discuss that what does it mean, but now for your understanding, so 60 days after the date. Suppose like today the instrument was drawn. Now like 60 days, we'll take the hypothetical the date. 60 days in sense, it may be the 7th of December or the 6th of Jan. We'll take the after the date. In the sense, after 60 days after this means after 6th of Jan, now the maturity date comes. Now, on 7th of Jan or 8th of Jan, now we'll take an exam. After the 60 days we wrote, then on 7th of Jan, what Takshan need to do? Takshan need to approach the Ishan for the payment. Boss, you already signed. Please give me a payment of 50,000. 50,000. Of course, the Ishan must pay for the same because he already accepted the bills of exchange. He said, I'll accept and I'm ready to make a payment of like 50,000 to Takshan after 60 days from this date. So now due date comes on 7th Jan. Takshan will ask, he'll approach the Ishan that you already signed and you said, so you need to give 50,000 to me on as per this bills of exchange. Kindly give me 50,000. Now, two situation comes here. Either Ishan should accept it or Ishan should reject it, right? So now, in case if accept it, fine. I mean, the goes. I mean, the entire the matter got settled. There is no issue at all. The issue comes when Ishan refuses to make a payment. What is the remedy available to the Takshan? What is the remedy available to Takshan now? Immediately before approaching the lawyer or a court, before sending a legal notice, I would suggest in a negotiable instrument act there is one more provision called the noting and protest. Noting and protest. Noting and protest. What Takshan should do? Takshan should approach before approaching his lawyer. What he need to do? He should approach the notary public. Notary public. Now, notary public, once Takshan approaches the notary public once again he'll request the Ishan that please make a payment. Because Takshan approached me and Takshan said when he approached to you, so you refused to make a payment and now I am approaching, please make a payment. Now, and the notary public is also may ask the Ishan that what is the reason in which why you don't want to pay. And see, when Ishan refuses to make a payment again, so notary public what he'll do in an bills of exchange in an instrument itself, he'll write what exactly the reason given by the Ishan and what exactly the amount. In which date he refused to make a payment, in which date the notary public approached, and which date Ishan replied for the same. And even like the time also should be mentioned it very clearly in an instrument. So these are all processes called the noting. Noting. Further, in addition to this noting, Takshan also may request for the separate certificate called certificate of protest. Protest. Because see, in addition to this, what notary public may ask, notary public may also ask the Ishan for the better security. For the better security. Because you are not paying this bills of exchange and please give us the, I mean, sometimes what is to happen, Ishan may say that I'll pay after some time. And that is the case, the Takshan may not trust the Ishan and so the notary public may ask on behalf of Takshan that please give us the better security. Better security. And sometimes the Ishan may refuse and in a certificate issued by the notary public called protest or certificate of protest, he'll write why he refused to give a better security. What is the reason? What is the amount? What is the date? What is the time? Each and everything. So he'll write it in a separate certificate and he'll issue a certificate to the Takshan by called certificate of protest. So this is what the noting and protest.